Hi, Tim.
Hey, Joanna.
So I've often heard you talking about some research around motivation and retention. And this retention specifically is a very interesting topic in the software world. Yeah.
Mm.
What's your take on that?
I saw this in 1998 for the first time, and I've been looking for the research ever since, could never find it. And I have a presentation which is called the MER Index, which is where Fortune 500 companies, large companies worldwide, American Management Association, were asking all of their members the same questions. And by all accounts, it was a long-term 20-year test around these questions. Under what circumstances are you motivated as a worker, as an employee? In what situations do you want to work hard? And in what situations do you want to stay? Maybe not forever, but do you want to stay with your organization? And that was the MER Index.
So what can I do as an organization to enable that for my people?
Well, there were a number of different things that came up as being important for all three of those. So there were different statistics and different results for each separately. And then there was an overall result as well. And the reason that we bring it into the leadership discussion is because the number one overall links 100% with our sense of purpose and our sense of why. It links in 100% to our time management matrix in terms of understanding what's important and not urgent at the moment. So our longer term goals. And so that's where we get to as a result. Some of the things that were very, very important, though, was, of course, salary, being paid appropriately was important for all of these. Personal growth, the ability to grow within the organization was very important. Autonomy, responsibility, decision-making, being given the opportunity to make decisions in, having levels of responsibility and autonomy, very important. Having the tools to do the job, also very important. But number one on all of the different levels, or at least it was number two and number one across motivation, execution, and retention was if I understand how my work fits in with the goals of the organization, then that's a good thing to keep me motivated, to get me working hard, and to get me staying with the organization as well.
Interesting. It sounds like a capitalistic approach to the importance of why.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's like, and for me, it's a very actionable approach because it underlines or it answers the question, to what quantity, to what intensity, in what way do I describe the why? Yeah. And so how often do I do it? Once a week, once a year, once a month, in a PowerPoint presentation, by email, on the phone. And, all of the good leaders that I speak to will say that they discuss the why whenever they can. It's also a very clear link to the team building principles as well. A high-performing team has got a very, very clear central purpose, which they discuss continually. It's always a point of topic and a point of discussion for a team. One final thing. Within the translation of this, we decided that it wasn't only the organizational goals that were important, because as an employee, what is the organization for me? And at the end of the day, the organization is represented by my department, and the department is represented by my lead, whoever that lead is.
People,
yeah, which means we make it personal. And so, I will stay if my boss can show me how my work fits in with the work of the organization. What was the analogy that is very often used? The lady cleaning the toilets at NASA who says, I'm helping space astronauts to walk on the moon.
Yeah.
But
So,
same kind of principle behind it.
yeah. So people work for organizations because the desire to work for an organization. Yeah. But when they leave people,
Yes,
not organizations.
absolutely.
So if you want to keep people, then the value of describing where you're going and what are your priorities is pretty clear.
And I think with so many of our leadership topics, people get lost in themselves, in their egos, in their ways of working, in their leadership styles, in their systems, in their processes. They get lost and they don't realize or really respect the importance of just stepping back and then going into this sense of importance and why again and again, however often it needs to be done in whatever communication style it needs to happen.